All right, hello all. Welcome back to the Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video here. So today, we're gonna be clearing this new burst mode, and this is actually for the actual brand new Dokkan event. Uh, with the Tag Blue Goku and Vegeta here. So with these big celebrations, they do tend to get the burst mode out immediately. I do prefer when they do them for the older ones, though, personally. But yeah, I already have my all my conditions set and everything. I got my team made. Obviously, we're gonna try and get the clear here. It should be pretty easy. But I suppose we'll have to see. But yeah, I am going for 6,470 points. And we're just gonna go through everything I have selected here. Ever since it became like where you got a lot more options, I have mine set in a way where I do get significantly more points than I need to, and it's a bit more challenging than it needs to be as well. But I mean, usually I can clear these in like one or two tries. So I anticipate that should be the case here, but I suppose we'll see. So obviously worldwide chaos, AGL int. And then we got all the team costs, we got all the buff stuff. I do tend to avoid doing these damage reduction ones. I mean, they're only worth 30 apiece. The boss already has damage reduction down here. Like, do I really need to give the boss here 75% damage reduction? I don't know. I do like the burst modes. They are pretty fun, but certainly when you do that one specifically, like they can just go so long. So I do try to avoid those. But yeah, I do also for like the attack, the defense, the HP. I do go more so in the middle of the road. I go for the 300%, which I mean does grant us a fair amount of points. It is pretty difficult. I mean, you only need 6,000 points. I'm going for 6,470. So I mean this might be tough. We'll have to see. But usually they're pretty easy. So, yeah, we're going for 6,470. This is the team. Okay, here that I have made. Let me. There we go. Yeah, I mean with this team, this should be very easy. I mean, there's actually not the best selection here. For worldwide chaos, AGL int. I mean, obviously the clones are pretty good, but they do need all types, so I can't really use them here. And I mean, like Demon King Piccolo, I mean, I suppose technically I could run him, but I'd rather just. I mean, everyone here except Fat Boo has bigger bosses, so we're just gonna keep it like this. I think this should work pretty well. We'll see though. Let's jump in and let's get this done. So yeah, I do usually use these burst modes as just a way to generally talk about stuff. They usually do last a solid, 20, 30 some odd minutes, right? There's okay, that's what I was looking for, the animation. I think Zamasu's animation should play here. And Pappy's. Obviously I do like to get the intros in here. Let me let the intros play before I get the yap in here.
I am justice given form. I am the world. Now worship. Venerate the most noble, splendid, immortal, and supremely powerful god, Zamasu.
Alright, there we go. So usually I do like to use these just as a way to talk about like generally what's going on with Dokkan. I mean, these typically aren't the most difficult, right? So I figure, at least the way I have them customized, they're not the most difficult. So I figure it's a pretty good way to just talk about some of the things going on with the game. Because these usually do last quite a bit. And right now, I mean, we're on the cusp of part 2 at the time I'm recording this. It is the 20th, about halfway through the day for me. So, you know, we are pretty close. I think it's like the 24th, 25th, something like that. That we should expect like the banners to drop. Honestly, even I think at least that's if they're planning the banners to drop with the start of part 2. I suppose I don't know if they are, but they have been doing that recently, and they do know that we like that. So I hope that that's what they're planning on doing, but I suppose I don't know. And they haven't been the most communicative here, unfortunately. They have called this like an anniversary scale celebration, and while I've been having a ton of fun with it, I do think it. I mean, if they're not going to communicate, I mean that's definitely like anniversary. Obviously, is where they all do all the big marketing and everything. Like, if this is an anniversary level celebration, I feel like they should talk about this a bit more. If these guys are coming out in a few days, like we think they are, right? So, not too sure what exactly they're doing there. But we did finally get another teaser last night. And that teaser was essentially just confirming what we already knew was the theme. I mean, we not even just the theme, honestly. Like we we literally know what the at least one of the Part 2 LRs are. I mean, it's still up in the air if it's going to be Tag 4s or standalone Gogeta. Ooh, okay, we're actually taking quite a bit there. You know, we don't actually fully know that yet. I probably should have kept Rose on this rotation, huh? Just keep Super Easy Rose over with that one. I'll float Super Easy Rose to make up for that, I think. But yeah, we did know, I mean, that it was going to be Omega. I mean, whether or not it's going to be like a Sin into Omega, which I think it will be, or if it's just going to be straight up Omega, I mean, we don't know yet. But I think it's going to be Sin transforming into Omega. Especially because we don't really have that, we've only had 3 Omegas ever in this game. And the one that released while I was playing, of course, was not, not the best, right? So, very unfortunate. We're just destroying this. Jesus Christ. We're already on the 3rd phase. God damn. I suppose these guys all do a lot of damage, but I did. Whew. Jesus. Okay. We might go through this a lot faster than I thought we would. Okay, well, regardless, unfortunately, you know, they leaked themselves. I mean, they did it with the 10th anniversary too, funnily enough. Oh, we might be dead here. So, I mean, Dokkan's gonna Dokkan. Yeah, we're dead. That's fair enough. Maybe it does a lot of damage, but it's pretty squishy, huh? Yeah, that's unfortunate. I probably should have taken advantage of like Fat Boo there, honestly. But yeah, they Sin into Omega is what I think. We have no clue if it's standalone Gogeta or Tag Force. Personally, I mean, I've seen a lot of people say they think it's going to be standalone Gogeta. I honestly don't. I mean, I would like that, but to me, I mean, when they're trying, they made very clear with like the start of part 1, they really want to sell the tag mechanic here. Obviously, no matter what they do with Omega, unless it's like some what if thing, right? I mean, in that case, I can't account for it, but unless they do like a what if scenario, Omega's not going to be a tag character, right? So if they're still trying to get tags in here, you know, the celebration selling tags, like obviously it has to be the tag Super Saiyan Force. I don't think it's going to be standalone Gogeta. Now, whether or not they're going to fuse into Gogeta active or after, or just be an active skill attack for Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, that I'm not so sure of. I do think it's going to be a active scale attack personally, and I did just talk about a lot of this in. I did just record another sort of prediction video. I did one at the start of the, well, realistically, like right before the celebration started, and I actually got pretty much all of part 1 correct. I mean, to me it felt kind of obvious, but I was even saying in there that I think, like, Vegeta and Trunks not easying yet doesn't really, I'm not like, oh, what the fuck are they doing? Like, I figured they were gonna save them for part 3 anyway. And they do like to save, like, the big hype easy A's for the very end of the celebration. I mean, look at Worldwide last year, Gogeta, Janemba. Look at, you know, the 7th years, the 6th years, etc., etc. Like, they do have a very well documented tendency to try and do all of that, like, right at the very end. So, for me at least, I'm in no way surprised that this is the route they're going. I suppose we'll see come part 3 if I'm wrong or not, but I was already expecting Vegeta and Trunks to be part 3. So the fact that we don't have them right now, it's like yeah, I expect that. So, I mean, it sucks not getting them right now. I do like when they obviously do more Easy A's, not less. At the very least, like sub Easy A's. Like, what are they doing with sub Easy A's these days? I don't understand. No, they just kind of like dropped off the face of the earth. Like halfway into last year, late last year, something shit like that. It's like, I don't know why they've been so, like, just not doing them. Only thing I can think of in regards to that is it's just simply something along the lines of they are doing more ECAs this year than ever. So they're gonna cut back on ECAs next year a little bit, because it's not sustainable. And then to make up for that, they're going to do more sub ECAs and more super ECAs. Would be my guess. I mean, we'll have to see, but that's what I think they're gonna do. So we don't know for sure, like, any art or anything right now. But I'm excited either way, honestly. I mean, I'll be kind of annoyed. Honestly, I'll be very annoyed, in full honesty, if it does end up being standalone Gogeta and Vegeta Blue. Like, I really hope Dokkan's not gonna do that to me. I mean, Gogeta is really cool. He's not sitting in slot 1 as well as I thought he might have. Gogeta's really cool, but I don't know. I've always preferred Vegito, so if they do that, I think that's really gonna suck. But I mean, I suppose getting like a fusion in, it's gonna suck in the view of being a Vegito fan, but I don't know. I really don't see standalone Gogeta even outside of being a Vegito fan. They just, once again, I mean, they really seem to want to sell the tag mechanic. Obviously, Omega's not going to have it. Now, whether or not, you know, we're going to see them... Okay, I was going to say, I better be able to get those rainbow orbs. Whether or not they're going to... I'm not going to lie. I completely lost my train of thought while speaking. I was like, what was I saying? So I cut to try and remember. I remember now. Whether or not they're going to fuse, like, just fuse in general, like, permanently. You know, I think that's different than whether or not they're standalone. I really don't see standalone Gogeta. I mean, if they do actually go into Gogeta, I'd be happy about that, even as a Vegito fan. But I think they would go the route of, like, the 10th year anniversary Dokkan Fest LRs, where it's a tag into a fusion. I don't... Unless they were, like, just, like, completely... just for no reason, like, really selling the tag mechanic, and then they just, like, completely back out of it. Yeah, okay. I'm glad I put Fat Boo there. I don't see why we would anticipate they're not... Really? Okay. I thought he was good. Bye. I don't see why we want to anticipate the LR being a tag. Now we might see all this tonight. I think they're gonna do more information of some kind tonight. Honestly, they might just like drop like a Twitter like producers video. They really could do that. I don't. It feels like it's such a like that's kind of like poor taste. I feel because I mean that's a proper reveal, but not like a proper reveal, right? I would much rather prefer if we get like a live video thing. So whether or not we get like an announcement for something like that tonight, or they just straight up like post the arts, or what exactly route they decide to take, I don't know. But I do anticipate we will get more information tonight. And I'm really excited. Honestly, I do think it's kind of weird seeing these like characters here, like even Future. Like this feels much more like a celebration that should have happened GDC 2026 than 2025. So I don't know. I still find that pretty odd, and I wonder if we'll get like a more like sort of clear explanation as to what exactly is going to happen, because now this does leave a lot of Big Future and GT EZAs without like a Big Future or GT characters to drop alongside. So I don't know why they do that. The only thing I can think of is they're just planning like a standalone Vegito Blue, like start of turn Vegito Blue, start of turn like Corrupted Merge Zamasu some time next year. And then I don't know, GT, it's there's only so much they could do with GT. Because I mean, you have Baby, you have Super 17, you have Super Saiyan 4 Goku, Vegeta, you have Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, Sin, Omega, and then outside of those guys, it's like there's just not like a lot of big hype stuff for these like Dokkan Fest, Carnival LR, EZAs to release alongside. So I don't know. It's certainly going to be interesting seeing how they try and do all that. The only thing I could think of is maybe like 11th anniversary is going to be, because I mean they do need something big to come down off of 10th anniversary, because obviously the celebration is just not going to be as strong. Like we already know that. I suppose we don't know that, but they essentially told us that, and it makes sense. Because if every year after the 10th year is on the same scale of 10th year, then it's like, well, what was really special about the 10th year, right? And obviously they do want to keep it special as the 10th year anniversary of the game. Very monumentous occasion. So I'm trying to finish this point before I use the active. That's why I haven't played the turnout. Whether or not they like do like Vegito Blue and Fusion Zamasu as a part of the anniversary with like just standalone, and then it's like standalone Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta with a standalone like adult Super Saiyan 4 Goku or something. Or honestly, they could even do like part 1 standalone Daima 4 Goku, standalone like adult Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta, and then do GT EZAs there that way. I mean that could be the route they go. I don't know. We're definitely in for some interesting times. I feel like Dokkan's also sort of and maybe this isn't the correct wording here, but I almost want to say like sabotage some of their like future celebrations. Like, we need a new Baby, we need a new Super Perfect Cell, right? Characters like these don't have partners to release alongside anymore. So I do wonder what exactly they're going to do going into some of these big celebrations next year. I'll be very interested to see that. But we'll have to see. Let me use this real quick.
The time has come to open the earth and wash everything away. Rejoice, for the world of God is at hand. Lightning of absolution.
That did not do that much damage. Thank you, Zamasu. Whatever. Alright, well, I mean, we should still be able to finish this, I imagine, fairly easily. Yeah, especially because, I mean, if it was a super immediately, maybe there could have been some danger, but super easy Rose, he's got this. So yeah, I mean, we're in a period where, I mean, there's still a decent bit for me to do. Obviously, I'm doing this. You know, I still need to do that Zamasu battle, so I still have stuff to do. I'll probably jump into like that Zamasu battle right after recording this. I don't know. I still need to get the seriously serious stuff in. There's just so much going on right now, which is a good thing, mind you. But you know, it's still, there's a lot going on. So we are in a bit of a like lull though, essentially, because obviously Fusion Zamasu came out. At this point, like what day did he come out? It's been nearly a week or something, right? Half a week. It's been at least like 4 or 5 days. I can actually check this very easily. Let me do that. Because I can't remember when he came out. It was like the 14th to 15th, I think. So I think it might have been the 15th. So I guess it's been 5 days since Fusion Zamasu. And while that's not like a long time per se, there hasn't really been like new stuff since then. And considering we're in a major celebration, like 5 days is quite a bit of time to have like no new like anything. And I suppose we did have the teaser last night, but that's, I honestly feel that's sort of different. So I don't know. Okay, well it's good I put him here. Those normals were quite a bit. He didn't die again? Okay, so the normals just do a shit ton, and the supers do nothing then, huh? Is that what's going on? I don't, because if that's not what's happening here, I don't understand. Well, we might actually be in a bad scenario now, because that he didn't die. I suppose we'll get some HP regen at the end of the turn from Fat Boo, but this does not look too good. I don't usually even die like once. We might even die twice here, huh? 23.7. Yeah, we might honestly die twice. I mean, I do have super easy Rose next turn, so we should be able to take advantage of him, obviously, but this is... If I get caught with another super... Oh yeah, we killed a punch. Okay. We're probably fine then. Yeah, let me pop this. Alright, now... I could honestly just like do this. We should be fine. If I keep him in slot 1. Unless he built up. Alright, I had to cut for a moment there. Oh god. Are we... Okay, we're alive. I was like, if we die here, that would have sucked. I didn't want to mess with the links though. That's why I kept super easy Rose in the middle. Oh, but yeah, I mean, we should be fine then, because these are usually... I honestly don't remember how many phases this has. I imagine this is the last one, because Dokkan events usually are 4 phase battles. So this should be still GG's, hopefully. Although we'll have to see just what my super easy Rose and Zamasu want to do at the end there. Oh, but yeah, essentially, you know, the big way to sum up this video here is, I did want to talk... I don't like that count thing. I did want to talk about some of the future stuff coming. I think we're going to start to find out very, very soon. Honestly, within the next day or so. At least like a stream video announcement at the bare minimum. If not, like, more straight up information. I don't know for sure, but... regardless, I think we're going to get more stuff soon. And I'm very excited for what I think all is coming. I definitely... So far, Dokkan's been cooking. As long as they keep up the same level of quality for me. I mean, we'll have to see. I don't know, because Part 2 just jumped up significantly from Part 1 for the 10th anniversary. I on it because I think part two and part three is like where the real good stuff for Anniversary was. Even though I prefer like Vegeta and like Super Saiyan 4 Goku. Well, I mean Super Gogeta. Obviously, I really like Super Gogeta, but I don't know. It's I think this part one, at least just from like vibes, even though maybe I'm not entirely confident about content, um, like how much stuff there is, right? I mean, the content here is more difficult, more fun, but I just mean like overall amounts of content, I suppose. I'm not sure really where it scales there, to be quite honest. Um, but at least like I don't know. I feel like I prefer this part one so far. I'll have to wait and see, at the end of the celebration, just how I'm feeling. Obviously, I may be just like, obviously within the moment, like really hyped or something. Or maybe honestly, because I didn't even, I felt like besides like the kits of the new LRs, I feel like a lot of Last Worldwide was not the most enjoyable. Like I know a lot of people. It sucks that it's gonna be misremembered, but it was literally like the four main LR kits were good, weren't and they were like fun, enjoyable. Like I'm not saying they weren't. Well, Int Broly had an ass design, but he was strong. I do want to say that real quick. Um, but besides that, I mean the content was mid. The easy aids were mid. Like, well, I mean Yellow Queen LR Broly was good, but he kind of got countered like immediately, damn near. Uh, I don't know. Like the celebration wasn't really all that until like the very end with Gogeta, Janemba, and those hard fights that came with them. So maybe it's just like I'm thinking about that. But I don't know. So far, the part one here, it's been really enjoyable. We'll have to see what they do for part two. I did just make my prediction video. I think part two is going to be really hype. But I think at least with what I foresee coming for part two, um, I think 10th anniversary might edge it out. But this is still gonna go down if they keep up the same like level of quality and such. And as I think like a top three overall celebration, maybe even like number two. I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, there we go. We did get the clear, obviously, our new high score. We collected the rewards here. I mean, pretty easy stuff. But it is always nice to do these. I do like to. We are in a bit of a quieter period, so I do like to talk about. I mean, the burst mods come at like the perfect time for me, honestly, because they're up for so long. Where it's like I usually save them until. I mean, and to be fair, I do have new stuff to try still, but we haven't had like new information, so I do like to talk about stuff when we don't really have new information. Just say like overall thoughts and what I think might be coming and all that. So I think they've cooked so far. I think they're gonna keep cooking. I'm really excited for GT. Uh, we'll see how everything's executed. I do think them being a little not the best with communication is unfortunate, but I think everything will go fine. So, anyways, we'll end this here. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Take care.